This video is brought to you by meat. Harvest, eat, repeat. Meat. And by trucks. You don't want to get stuck. Get yourself a truck. Camouflage. Either in the woods or in church, a real man wears camouflage. And by the outdoors. Every time we've gotten bored indoors, we went outdoors. So what's going on, everyone? Went outdoors back up north. September 15th, Wisconsin bear season. It's not over. Those of you that don't know, my son Parker shot a beautiful 180-pound sow last Saturday night, 6:30 in the rain. It was our fourth night sitting. Made a perfect shot on him. Went 50 yards, rolled over. We got a great video of it out there if you haven't seen it yet, of our whole hunt. We have a whole series, episode 13 I think it was. But I ain't had enough yet, so I'm back up here. We haven't baited them since that Saturday, so now it's Thursday afternoon. And I'm just real curious to see what's come in now after the initial weekend. Dogs started running yesterday. So I don't know if that'll play a factor in our baits. Some might get worse, some might get better. But we still have a couple people that have some tags. Problem this year, the baits kind of really slow down. Some just die completely. So I'm gonna keep these going, and possibly maybe there's a nice one on there and they can come and sit on these baits, because season still goes a couple more weeks. So yeah, I'm back up. I got the 4 buckets of bait loaded up. I'm gonna go check my cameras. I'm sure the bait's all gone. Hopefully the ones that weren't hit for a few days now are hit. After things settle down that first weekend. So yeah, I just can't get enough of this. So hopefully maybe we'll have another video. The quest for Parker's bear is over. That's done with. That was a long summer of baiting and videoing and just showing how we do it, and it worked out perfect. I couldn't ask for a better ending to it. But the quest is complete. So now we're on to the next saga, I guess you'd say. And we'll, who knows, maybe we'll have another video of another bear getting shot this weekend. So I baited them all. All 5 baits were hit. I forgot I had a 5th one. We started it last week, Friday. Yeah, Friday, I think we started during the season, just for the heck of it. And it was a bait that I shot my bear on a couple years ago. We've actually gotten 4 bears off that bait, but we had a bait not too far from there, so I didn't even start that bait this year. Just because, I don't know why. We had one a quarter mile away that always does well too, so last year we had both those baits close together, and actually there was different bear in each one, even though they're very close. So this year we just ran the one, and so this year we just kind of didn't start it because the other bait was doing so good. So we decided Friday last week, the day before Parker got his bear, to start that bait, and didn't get hit. Saturday we checked it Saturday morning. Well, then Parker shot the bear Saturday night, never touched it. So now I'm back up Thursday, and it got hit I think Tuesday night, maybe a little bear, and then there was a slightly bigger bear in there I think last night. So it did get hit, nothing huge on there yet. The Y had some bears coming in there, which I was kind of surprised because I know the dogs run in there a lot. The other baits had bears on each one during shooting hours the last couple days. So it seems like things calmed down. Things like they're moving a little bit more now during shooting hours, midweek here. We're approaching the 2nd weekend of the bear hunt. Dogs started running yesterday. Saw a few trucks around. Heard some dogs howling in the woods when I was baiting by the Y. But otherwise, it doesn't look too bad. I don't know if anybody's going to sit on these baits. I'm going to check it tomorrow again, just to see if maybe now that I freshen up the baits, because it's been 4 or 5 days since we baited. And I want to see if maybe they're in there tonight, possibly right now, possibly have somebody sit on these baits. If not, it's more of just to kind of see in the future, to see how these baits do after a full week of the season. Next year dogs go first, so baiting will start the second Wednesday. And just kind of curious, we always do just as well, it seems like, when baiting goes second versus dogs. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get somebody to sit on my baits. We did all that work and we got these baits running yet, and there's still bears on it during day. Maybe I'll throw something out there, see if somebody wants to sit on them. But we'll be up all weekend, and we'll see if we can get a bear. So it's mid-morning, Friday the 16th. I just baited the diaper bait, which was the one we started last week Friday during the season. It didn't get hit till midweek, like I was saying, and then now it was hit just now, or this sometime last night. So I have to check the camera to see if it was during shooting hours or this morning or whatever. It's always been a good bait. Gonna go do the next 4. Hopefully we got some bears coming in, because those friends of ours to the north, they had some bears at night on some of their baits, but some didn't get hit. They got one tag yet to fill, and then there's another guy that saw some of my videos. Turns out he's got a cabin near mine, and his baits, he hasn't seen anything on his baits, I think, since opening day or before opening day. And I told him, if there's bears coming in, I got all these baits, I'd like to see if we can get some more bears. You do all this work all summer baiting, and then you get one, and then it's over. I'd rather see people sit on them and get a bear. So it'd be nice if we can get a couple this weekend, because then I'm probably gonna take everything down, the cameras, maybe some of the stands, and then get ready for bull hunt. Bull hunt opens tomorrow. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. There's dogs running. I'm surprised the Y even got hit. That seems like the dog trucks go in there right away. It's real access, easy access, kind of divided off. So it's, I don't know, it seems like I've heard them before, and they're running, and they were behind the cabin barking, and I see the trucks going around the block a bunch of times. So but that bait still gets hit. I'm shocked, but I'll check it again later on and see what happened last night, and then I'll make a game plan for tonight. Just coming out of Tony's bait, and I noticed in the sand here big old dog tracks, but that's not a dog. That is definitely a wolf. I mean, that's a pretty good size. I don't know if you can see compared to my hand. It's a pretty good size wolf tracks. I know they're around here. I had one on camera over by the Y, on the watering hole. I can throw that picture. Beautiful big white wolf. It looked really cool. I haven't yet to see one. I know they're up here. I see tracks like during deer hunting, but they are around. Well, 4 of the 5 baits were hit, which is good. So now I gotta check the cameras. A lot of dogs running around today. They've been running one behind the cabin here, which is kind of behind the Y too, and I've been hearing the dogs barking back and forth. I saw them up on the highway, and they're back here, and so now I came into the Y there right where I walk in. So I had a nice conversation with them. They're really cool. They had about a 200-pounder going. They got close to it a few times. They're just trying to cut it off here, so they all took off. I'm not sure which way they went, but I'll have to listen for a shot. But real cool. You know, he asked, you know, if it was all right if he went in to get his dogs, because I knew my bait was in there. I'm like, yeah, no problem, you know, whatever. And we all got to work together. So they were all frantically running around. Never did it before, but I like to try it sometime, or at least go with. Everybody says it's pretty crazy and a rush. So it's a different style of hunting. I mean, than baiting, obviously, a little more aggressive, but sounds fun. Looked at all the camera chips, and I gotta say it looks pretty good considering all the commotion, and it's a week later, and what bears are left out there. The swamp bait didn't get hit. That one has been so inconsistent over by Adams there. If you get hit for a couple nights and then it won't get hit for days, and it's just weird. I find that odd that bears will come in there and eat it and then won't come back for days. Maybe there's a lot more other baits right there. I don't know, whatever, but that was our Hail Mary we threw up during the season. But the no-name bait has been pretty consistent with the sow and cubs, but there's also 2 other ones on the bait, and there's one that's 150-ish. You know, it's not a bad bear, and it's during the day pretty much every day. So that's an option. Tony's bait has been just a sow, a huge sow, and cubs, big cubs, that have been on there since a few days ago. It didn't get hit for a couple days after Parker shot that bear, but now they're in there at night, whatever. I think a little bit, some daylight pictures, but no other bear. The Y now, that's where I ran into those people with the dogs, and they said they were running about a 200 pounder. They saw it a few times. But I just checked the camera, and there was about a 200 pounder that's been in there quite often during daylight hours. Last night it was in there at 7, just after 7. Spent a lot of time in there, and then I think there was another little one in there later on, and then maybe this morning. But if I had to guess, that bear is dead, because they were right in the exact area where the bait is, and I don't know if they got it or not, but I'm guessing if the dogs stay on it, they've seen the bear a few different times. Eventually, I think they were going to get it. But the bait we put up, the diaper bait, we put that up on, we started it on Friday. Didn't get hit for a while, and now there's been little bear in there during daylight. I think there was a sow and cubs. But this morning at 1 in the morning, a guest appearance from old Scarface. I couldn't believe it. Giant bear comes waddling in. I'm like, wonder if that's him. So I started slowing down the footage. When he turned one time, his left side, sure enough, there's that scar right above his eye. He spent a half hour in there eating. Haven't seen him probably since end of July, maybe. And I had a feeling he was going to go over to that area. There's a big, deep, dark swamp there, and it kind of goes over into some private land. We're kind of on the edge of it. We've gotten 4 bear over the years there. It's where I got mine. Leroy got his 300 pounder. Landon got his last year. My brother Andy got a 130. So we should have started it earlier, I guess, because there's different bear on that than there is on Tony's, and they're only a quarter mile apart. But man, it's good to see them. You know, finally got a giant bear back on our baits after a month or more of not seeing these big bears, and he made it so far. And I'm guessing he's just tucked down in that swamp, hiding out, not getting bothered. I don't think there's too many dogs that run in there. We had him at the Y and Tony's bait at one point, back and forth. I know we saw pictures of both, or videos, and you know, they're a few miles apart. And then our buddy Joe, who got a bear last week, he was baiting kind of in between there, and he had him on camera once or twice too when I lost track of him. So he was definitely in that area, and I think, who knows, he might have got pushed around this summer with the dogs running, and eventually just kind of settled in an area where he's not getting bothered. But there he is, you know, and hopefully he makes it, or maybe we'll get him yet. But then he'll be just that much bigger next year. He's huge, and that'd be a bear that we would definitely want to harvest. Like we said, that was the one we kind of picked out at the beginning of the year. But like I said, it's good to see him still roaming around. And now that he found the bait, that's the first time he's been in there. It'd be interesting to see if he comes back. I got a couple people that are probably going to sit tonight. We're trying to decide where to go. We go to the Y for sure, but I think that bear is dead. I don't know. A couple other baits are decent bear. I think we'd see bear if we sit at almost any stand, which is good at this time of the year to still have them in, because Johnny's he probably has 4 or 5 baits too, and I think all his were at night last night. Joe's bait, where he had a decent one a couple nights ago, didn't get hit last night. So that's why it's nice to have a lot of options this time of year. So between me and them, I don't know, we probably have a dozen different baits. Maybe some of them aren't getting baited anymore, but spread out and get his bunch out there, because you never know. All of a sudden these big ones just show up, and there's still a lot of season left. So we'll see if we can get it done tonight. Alright, it's Saturday, September 17th, the second Saturday of the bear season. Me and Parker T, he's got his tag filled, so he's got nothing to worry about now. He's done. That was easy, he says. My neighbor though, Adam, he came over last evening, got out there a little bit later. I put him in the no-name bait, and we're walking in and jumped one off the bait, of course. It was like 4 o'clock-ish, so I guess, yeah, we were getting a little bit late, but thought we had time to sneak in there, and then he never saw anything after that. So we're gonna go check the cameras on the remaining baits that we're gonna keep going. The swamp bait by Adams, we're just gonna take down the turkey tent and take down the camera. Cause that one, I mean, it maybe was hit last night, but it gets hit one night and then it doesn't for 3 nights. And I just gotta start taking some of this stuff down and being done with it. The Y, we'll check that. I know they ran dogs in there pretty heavy yesterday, and I'm pretty sure they killed the one big bear that was on that bait, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's still in there. Johnny and Lucy were up. They got up a little bit later last night too, hunting one of his stands, and they had one come in right at close, but stopped 15 feet from the bait, turned around and left. And I guess it didn't come in till like midnight. So we'll check all our baits, see if we got something that these guys can sit on tonight. Hopefully, right? See if old Scarface decided to come in last night. If he comes in, he came in like 2 nights ago, like 1 in the morning or whatever it was. So Scarface. So after checking the cameras today, they weren't the best. I think 3 of the 5 weren't hit at all. One where Adam, my neighbor, sat just that one, but then I think my camera's dying, so I don't know what came in afterwards. There's a, you don't have to, Parker doesn't have to worry about it anymore. I want to go fishing. But then Johnny and Lucy are pulling their hair right now, trying to figure out where to go, because there's so much going on. Some baits aren't getting hit, some are getting hit at night, and then all of a sudden one will come in during shooting. So he's gonna go sit by his place. They have it's supposed to rain tonight, so they have a turkey blind set up, but they have activity at that bait, so we're hoping tonight is the night. Our diaper bait, where we had Scarface 2 nights ago, pretty sure it's Scarface. It looks like a scar on his face. If it's not Scarface, it's a big one, his brother or something. But we checked it today. Parker and I went out and baited, and there was a big one in there at like 7:26. It was on camera, so that's like right at close. So he came in at 1 in the morning, basically this morning, or yesterday morning, I think it was, or yesterday, and then last night at 7:26. That was the only bear in there, along with a couple nice bucks. So it might be bull hunting there. Really? But hopefully tonight's the night. Saturday night. Time's dwindling down, I guess, but you still got, baiters can sit till October 4th yet, right, Parker? Yeah. Then the last week is just dogs. So I know you got a lot of time, but we don't have time, or the hunters don't have all the time. So tonight would be nice. Get it done. I'm not sure if they're gonna hunt anymore after that, but the baits will be there if they want to. We're gonna check the diaper bait in the morning, see what got hit, see if it got hit tonight. Probably rebait it so that if somebody wants to use it in the next week or so. Yeah, I don't know how much I'll be up for the next few weekends. We gotta start putting in boat dock, or taking out boat docks and lifts and stuff. Do that in the fall. So yeah, I'm very pleased. I'm very happy that we got one, because at this time of the year it gets very frustrating, right, Parker? Yeah. I've been in that spot before, and it's frustrating. So we'll see what happens. Just throw this in there. I've been seeing these backpack mounts on bears, and my brother Andy had just a rug made. It was draped over the railing. So yesterday I cut down a little popple tree, kind of screwed it together, tied it up, and I think it turned out pretty cool. It's pretty nice. It was like a 130 pounder, and he wasn't sure what he was gonna do with it, so he just kind of got the rug hide tanned. But pretty cool, pretty easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it. You know, everybody says I'm useless, but I guess I could figure out some stuff on my own. Well, sorry, no bears shot this weekend, right? Yeah. We tried to get them one, but the neighbor sat, didn't see nothing last night. We checked the camera, and nothing came in. But we baited again. We'll leave it sit. I might come back up Thursday afternoon, bait them for them guys if they want to use the baits. Pulled all the cameras on everything else except for the diaper bait. The Y is done. Swamp's done. Tony's bait, where he got his bait, hasn't been touched all weekend, the last 3 days maybe. Whatever, we pulled that, it's done. We kept the diaper bait going though, because that one has been good. Scarface showed up there 2 nights in a row. One time 2 nights ago, he was just at legal shooting light. But last night we checked, Johnny decided to sit at one of his baits, which was a good decision. They did have one come in, back out, came in again, just didn't give him a shot, but it was right there and it was a nice one. So she might try yet next weekend if they can get her up here. Johnny has to go out of state hunting somewhere else, so we're gonna keep that bait going though, because at the diaper there was a little one at 545, pretty small, and then there was one overnight that we haven't seen before. It was a big white V on his chest. I'd say he's at least 200 pounds.
Yeah. And then there's 2 nice 8-pointers.
2 nice bucks keep coming in all night long. They spent in there, and that one 8-pointer is a pretty nice one for up here. So it's kind of cool to see that. We're gonna bull hunt over in that area.
Yeah, and they're always in there at the same exact time.
Yeah, they're chumming around together, but that'll change once the rut starts. So that's probably it for my bear hunting. Now the next month, my days off are gonna be taking out boat docks and piers this fall, probably for the next month, and then we'll be deer hunting during the week. So hopefully we'll get some video of some deer.
Hopefully we trap some coons.
Coons, whatever. It's hunting season, baby. It just started yesterday. We haven't been out there yet, but it's been hot, so I wasn't in no hurry to get started on deer hunting. We had a long bear season, and it's felt good just to come up here this weekend and relax, throw a couple baits out there, clean some stuff up. Tara left with Grandma Ann. It was Grandma Ann's birthday yesterday, so we had a little family dinner, went out to eat. It was just a real nice weekend. We did a little fishing at the dam.
Yep.
The boys hammered some bluegills like we always do.
Caught like 9, 8 inches.
Yeah, we kept like 8, 9 of them. Yeah, nice ones though. So I think that's it for our bear videos, unless something comes up later in the season. I can get like a couple of clips.
300.
Yeah, but we're done. Parker succeeded, and thanks for everybody for watching our episodes this whole summer. Our quest, like I said in the other video, worked out great. We just couldn't be more happier than what happened. You know, we could be sitting here right now like struggling, you know, like all the baits went dead, and we got basically one bait right now that's good. So of course it was another great weekend up north, and I can't wait to get back, because fall is our time, you know. It's fun, and hopefully we get a ton of video this fall. Deer season last year wasn't the best, but we got big hopes for this year. Our food plots look a lot better. I've been seeing deer everywhere. If that's a good sign or not, I don't know. But like always, we had a great time up north. Why? Because
we went outdoors.